Hi guys, my name's Chris. My friends call me Big Chris. I've been thinking about doing YouTube videos for a while. I'm not going to do one every day or every week. I might do one every week, but I've been through a lot and in my life, and I'd like to actually offer maybe advice. I'm not a psychologist. I've just done a lot, and I've got a lot of experience in different things. I was in the army for 13 years. I had still suffered with PTSD, hearing loss in my left side, and tinnitus, really bad, screams day and night. I've also suffered sometimes with depression and anxiety. I've sort of like mastered that. Well, I think I have. It's getting there. It's an ongoing battle day in, day out, or week in, week out. So if I could offer some advice or show a different way of doing things to help people, that'd make me feel good, and I'd think I'd achieve something if I just help one person to think maybe in a different train of thought or a different way of dealing with things. So to that end, I wasn't going to talk about this straight away, but I think I will. But what happened was something happened to me about 4 or 5 months ago. I live in Manchester, on the outskirts of Greater Manchester, in a place called Hyde, and I'm actually HGV lorry driver now. And earlier on in the day, I'd caught a post with the indicator, which is not the indicator. I'll just bear with me with the story, and it'll all come apparent towards the end. I caught the indicator on the back of the trailer and not the indicator out. Now in trucks you get like something called a bulb pack. I went to the back, tried to change the bulb, it didn't work, and I couldn't understand why, so I thought all the bulbs were gone. So I called up the company. They sent somebody out. It took them about 2 hours to get to me, and they used the exact same bulb. They put it in and it worked. I was like, I don't know how that even could happen. But anyway, I was delayed by 2 hours. On the way home that evening, I should have been finishing at 6. So literally about 10 minutes about where I live, there's a roundabout called Denton Roundabout. And I was coming around the roundabout. Don't forget, I should have been coming around there about 6 o'clock at night. This was 8 o'clock at night. And as I drove around, I looked to my left, and there was 2 female police officers. They must have been about 5'3", so they weren't the biggest police officers. And one was offset to one side, and the second police officer was stood talking to a lad. He must have been about 22, 23, maybe 25, a mixed race lad. He was about 6'2", so he's a big guy, and he's in work clothes, like fluorescent clothes, so obviously he'd just come from work, and he was stood holding onto the railings, looking over it, and he was gripping hold of it. So I thought, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look good. So I drove back around the roundabout, pulled up behind the police car, spoke to the police officer that was offset from him, and I said, is everything okay? Do you want a hand with anything? She says, yeah, the guy is going through something at the minute. He's struggling, and he's trying to commit suicide. I says, shall we try and stop him? And she says, no, stay where we are. I appreciate you staying. You stay here with me. And my colleague's trying to talk him down. And as I was watching them, he was getting more and more agitated. So we advanced towards him. So as he was stood at the railings, there had a police officer one side of him, and I was stood behind him. And he was getting more and more agitated. And he lunged forward. He wanted to jump. So literally, I grabbed hold of the guy, put him in a bit of a bear hug, and I put my left knee behind his left knee and just pushed and then dropped my body weight. Took him to the ground and just literally laid on him. I didn't crush him, but I just pinned him down so that he couldn't move. The 2 ladies, officers, they grabbed hold of his arms, and we laid there for about 10 minutes holding this guy. Now, bearing in mind, if I had never knocked the indicator out in the day, I would never have been there at that particular moment in time to help those 2 police officers. So, as we were holding on to him, a bus pulls up, literally, and a woman comes flying off. What are you doing? What are you effing doing? That's my son. The most randomest thing in the world. She says, that's my son, what's happening? And she was coming in from work. And if we hadn't have stopped him jumping off that bridge, they would have stopped the traffic, and she'd have been in the traffic jam, not knowing that it was her son that had just tried to commit suicide or had committed suicide. Anyway, the transit pulled up. The other male officers came. They took him. I've never heard nothing back from it. I mean, I'd like to find out if he's okay. But what I'm trying to lead to with this story is that I don't believe in God, but I believe everybody's on the right path they're supposed to be. You know, you may not see it at the time. You may not truly understand the path that you're on, and it may be a real struggle. It may be the hardest thing in the world that you're having to cope with. Now, to other people, it might be quite easy. That might be not a hard thing, but reality is everyone's personal perception. So what may be good for me, may be easy for me, isn't going to be easy for somebody else. So what I was trying to get across with this story, which actually happened to me, was if you're struggling at the minute, I know Christmas is coming, if you're having a hard time with it, keep persevering, keep going, don't give up. Whatever you do, don't give up. And if life's a struggle and you come to a dead end, try looking at it from a different perspective. Hit whatever problem you have from a different angle. And it's true what they say, all the roads that you're on will only make you stronger, because every experience you've gone through it, you've learned from it. And if you ever come across that situation again, you'll be equipped to deal with it. You know, so what I'm trying to get across is don't give up. And sometimes the path that you're on may not be apparent while you're on that path, but I guarantee, you know, stick with it. Do not give up whatever you do. Do not give up. Life will get easier and life will get better. Yeah. And I mean, I've been through a lot. I'm not going to go into it now. It's just a short video. I was just trying to, I just like to try and get my perspective across. If it helps people, brilliant. You know, I'm not saying I'm a psychologist. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm just talking about my situations and how I've dealt with situations, and hopefully that might help somebody else. Okay, so that's my first vlog. Hope you liked it. Listen, if you've got any questions, any comments, leave a comment below. Hit a like, maybe subscribe, and hopefully we can have a good time and help each other. Take care. Bye-bye.